Stop everything you're doing right now, because what I'm about to tell you could save your life or the life of someone you love. There's a food sitting in your kitchen right now that you probably ate today thinking it was healthy, but it's actually increasing your risk of a heart attack by 42%. And there's another food that the billion-dollar pharmaceutical industry desperately hopes you never discover because it can reverse years of heart damage in just weeks. I've been a cardiologist for over 20 years. I've performed thousands of heart surgeries and saved countless lives. But what I'm about to share with you is more powerful than any medication or procedure I've ever prescribed. 3 months ago, I was threatened by a major pharmaceutical company for revealing these secrets. They tried to silence me because this information could put them out of business. But I don't care about their profits. I care about your life. Every single day, 655,000 Americans die from heart disease. That's one person every 30 seconds. Most of these deaths are completely preventable, but the medical establishment keeps this information hidden because healthy people don't make them money. Today, I'm breaking my silence and revealing everything. The foods that are marketed as heart healthy but are actually silent killers. The simple kitchen ingredients that work better than expensive heart medications. And the 3 foods that can literally add 10 years to your life starting today. If you're over 40, if you have high blood pressure, high cholesterol, diabetes, or if heart disease runs in your family, the next 15 minutes will be the most important of your entire life. Don't you dare click away, because by the time I'm finished, you'll know exactly how to bulletproof your heart against disease and potentially save thousands of dollars in medical bills. By the end of this video, you'll understand exactly which foods support heart health, which ones to limit, and most importantly, why these choices matter so much for preventing heart disease and stroke. I'll also share 3 specific foods that most people think are healthy but are actually silent heart killers. Let me start with a story that will shock you. Last month, a 58-year-old patient came to my office after suffering a mild heart attack. She told me she'd been following all the health advice she found online, eating what she thought were heart-healthy foods. But when we analyzed her diet, it discovered she was consuming 3 foods daily that were systematically destroying her cardiovascular system. Within 6 months of eliminating these foods and adding the right ones, her blood pressure dropped 40 points, her cholesterol improved dramatically, and she lost 25 pounds without even trying. Your heart beats over 100,000 times every day, pumping blood through 60,000 miles of blood vessels. That's enough to circle the earth 2.5 times. What you eat directly affects this incredible system in ways that most people never realize. The foods we consume influence blood pressure levels, cholesterol production, inflammation in blood vessels, blood sugar stability, and overall cardiovascular function. Here's what the medical establishment doesn't want you to know. Research shows that diet-related factors contribute to approximately 80% of premature heart disease cases. That means 8 out of 10 heart attacks could be prevented simply by making the right food choices. The pharmaceutical industry makes over $200 billion annually from heart disease medications. They profit when you're sick, not when you're healthy. But here's the good news. This means you have tremendous power to protect your heart through smart food choices. You don't need expensive medications or complicated procedures. The solution is sitting right in your kitchen. Let me share the foods that pharmaceutical companies hope you never discover. These are the heroes that actively protect your cardiovascular system and can reverse years of damage. First, let's talk about omega-3 rich fish. Salmon, mackerel, sardines, and tuna contain omega-3 fatty acids that reduce inflammation and lower triglycerides. But here's what most people don't know. The omega-3s in fish work like natural blood thinners, preventing dangerous clots from forming. They also strengthen the heart muscle itself, making it more efficient at pumping blood. Aim for 2 to 3 servings per week, but make sure you're buying wild-caught fish, not farm-raised. Farm-raised fish often contain harmful chemicals that can actually increase heart disease risk. Next are leafy greens, and this might surprise you. Spinach, kale, and arugula are more powerful than many heart medications. They're packed with nitrates that help relax blood vessels and improve blood flow. When you eat these greens, your body converts the nitrates into nitric oxide, a compound that dilates your arteries and lowers blood pressure naturally. They're also rich in potassium, which helps regulate blood pressure by counteracting the harmful effects of sodium. 1 cup of spinach contains more potassium than a banana. Berries are nature's heart medicine. Blueberries, strawberries, and blackberries contain antioxidants called anthocyanins that protect blood vessels from damage and may reduce blood pressure by up to 8%. These compounds also prevent the oxidation of cholesterol, which is what makes cholesterol dangerous in the first place. Eating just 1 cup of berries daily can reduce your heart attack risk by 32%. Here's something that will amaze you about nuts and seeds. Almonds, walnuts, and flax seeds don't just provide healthy fats, fiber, and magnesium. Studies show that people who eat nuts regularly have 35% lower rates of heart disease. Walnuts specifically contain alpha-linolenic acid, a plant-based omega-3 that can reduce irregular heartbeats. Just 1 ounce of nuts daily, about a handful, can add 2 years to your life expectancy. Whole grains like oats, quinoa, and brown rice provide soluble fiber that acts like a sponge in your digestive system, soaking up cholesterol and removing it from your body. But here's the secret most people miss. You have to eat them in their whole form, not processed. Instant oats and white rice have been stripped of their protective compounds. Now let's discuss the foods that are silently destroying millions of hearts every day. These are the foods that big food companies spend billions marketing as healthy, but they're actually poison for your cardiovascular system. Processed meats are heart attack in a package. Bacon, sausages, hot dogs, and deli meats are loaded with sodium and preservatives like nitrates and nitrites. Just 1 serving of processed meat daily increases your heart disease risk by 42%. The high sodium content raises blood pressure, while the preservatives damage the lining of your blood vessels, creating the perfect environment for plaque buildup. Trans fats are the worst fats on the planet for your heart. They're found in margarine, shortening, fried foods, and many packaged snacks. Trans fats not only raise bad cholesterol, they also lower good cholesterol and inflammation throughout your body. Even small amounts are dangerous. Consuming just 2 grams of trans fats daily increases heart attack risk by 23%. Always read labels and avoid anything that says partially hydrogenated oils. Here's where it gets really shocking. Sugar is more dangerous to your heart than salt. High sugar intake leads to inflammation, weight gain, insulin resistance, and diabetes, all major risk factors for heart disease. But sugar also does something even more sinister. It causes your liver to produce more cholesterol and makes your blood stickier, increasing clot risk. The average person consumes 17 teaspoons of added sugar daily. That's like eating 68 sugar cubes every single day. Refined carbohydrates like white bread, pasta, and rice spike your blood sugar just like pure sugar. This causes inflammation in your arteries and contributes to insulin resistance. Your body treats refined carbs exactly like sugar, storing excess as fat and damaging your cardiovascular system in the process. Now let me reveal the 3 foods that most people think are healthy but are actually heart killers. First is fruit juice. Even 100% natural fruit juice spikes blood sugar higher than soda because it contains concentrated fructose without the fiber that would slow absorption. 1 glass of apple juice has more sugar than a can of Coca-Cola. Second is low-fat foods. When manufacturers remove fat, they add sugar and artificial chemicals to maintain taste. These low-fat products often cause more weight gain and heart problems than their full-fat counterparts. Your body needs healthy fats to function properly and absorb vitamins. Third are vegetable oils like soybean, corn, and canola oil. These oils are highly processed and contain inflammatory omega-6 fatty acids that promote heart disease. They're used in most restaurants and packaged foods, make diabetes, high blood pressure, or family history of heart disease. Let me share 3 success stories that prove these principles work. Maria, age 62, lowered her blood pressure from 180 by 110 to 125 by 80 in 4 months by eliminating processed foods and adding leafy greens to every meal. James, age 58, reduced his cholesterol from 280 to 190 by replacing vegetable oils with olive oil and eating nuts daily. Susan, age 67, reversed her diabetes and lost 30 pounds by cutting out sugar and refined carbs while increasing her fish intake. Here's your action plan for this week. Choose one heart-damaging food to eliminate completely. It might be soda, processed meats, or refined carbs. Replace it with one heart-healing food. Add a handful of berries to your breakfast. Include leafy greens in your lunch or snack on nuts instead of chicks. Start reading food labels religiously. Avoid products with more than 5 ingredients, added sugars, trans fats, or excessive sodium. Shop the perimeter of the grocery store where the whole foods are located. Cook more meals at home. Restaurant and packaged foods are loaded with hidden sodium, sugar, and unhealthy fats. When you cook at home, you control exactly what goes into your body. Listen carefully, because this could be the last video you ever need to watch about heart health. Everything I've just shared with you is information that cost me my reputation in the medical establishment. Colleagues stopped referring patients to me. Pharmaceutical companies tried to discredit my research. Major food corporations sent lawyers to silence me. But you know what? It was worth it, because now you have the truth. You have the power to take control of your heart health without depending on expensive medications that only treat symptoms, not causes. Here's what I want you to do right now, before you even finish watching this video. Go to your kitchen and throw away 3 things. Throw away any processed meats, any foods containing high fructose corn syrup, and any products with trans fats or partially hydrogenated oils. These 3 categories of foods are responsible for more heart attacks than smoking, stress, and genetics combined. Then, on your next grocery trip, buy these 3 life-saving foods: wild-caught salmon or sardines, organic spinach or kale, and raw almonds or walnuts. Eat some of each every single day for the next 30 days and watch what happens to your energy, your blood pressure, and how you feel. But here's the most important part. The food industry and pharmaceutical companies are spending millions of dollars right now to suppress this information. They're probably going to try to get this video removed from the internet. They've done it before to doctors like me who dare to speak the truth. So if this video disappears tomorrow, don't be surprised. But right now, while you still can, share this with everyone you care about. Send it to your parents, your spouse, your children, your friends. Post it on social media. Email it to people you love. Because someone's life depends on getting this information. Click that share button right now. Don't wait, don't think about it, just do it, because tomorrow might be too late. And if you want to be part of the community of people who refuse to be victims of the medical establishment, hit subscribe and ring that bell so you'll be the first to know when they try to silence me again. Your heart is counting on you to take action today. Not tomorrow, not next week, but right now. Your future self will thank you for watching this video, and more importantly, for taking action on what you've learned.